Welcome back, Flare community. I hope you're all well and having an incredible day as always. Apologies for the technical glitch. I believe there was a bit of a misunderstanding with the streaming software. I actually started a new stream, but give me a second. I'm just going to let everyone know that this is where the party is at. Yes, it is time for the weekly news updates, where we go through all of the significant news that's happening on the Songbird network and the Flare network, of course. And I just want to start by saying a big thank you to Zero Cool, who has just donated €5. Very kind of you, my friend. And again, very much appreciated. We've got Johnny LV in the house, of course, Zero Cool. We've got Professor. We've got Reborn John, Steve Lee in the house, and Walled Gardener. Very nice name right there. And yeah, this is where we're going to summarize all of the news that's been happening on the Songbird network within the past 7 days. So starting in usual fashion, we're looking at the Flare FTSO monitor, the Flare Time Series Oracle monitor. Yes, this is where you can find all of the reward rates and all of the data providers here. If you are interested in looking at this yourself, I'd recommend going here and ordering by the reward rates descending. That's what we've done. And yes, currently we have ACDT FTSO in first place. In second place, shout out to the Grungies. In third place, we have Nortso. Fourth place, we have Eternity, who I don't see that often in the top 5. And in fifth place, we have Light FTSO. And this is just a gentle reminder. If you are planning to delegate, be sure to check out this here, the current delegation. Anything that's in red is actually over-delegated because there is a 2.5% cap. And as you can see here, the Grungies have a very small amount delegated to them, just less than 0.5%. So this way you can delegate to them and also still benefit from the maximum rewards. If you delegate to a signal provider that is over-delegated, you essentially dilute the rewards because, again, there is this cap at 2.5%. Okay, moving on, we're looking at NFTs here. This is xHaven, and this is the leading marketplace, NFT marketplace on the Flare network. And I guess topping the charts this week in the 7-day volume, let's quickly switch that up here, we have the Block Bonez collection. In second place, we have the Block Bonez trait, absolutely dominating this week and last week, actually. Third place, we have the Focus Pass. In fourth place, we have the xHaven membership. Maybe there's a reason for that. We'll cover it in a little bit. And in fifth place, we have the Council of AI. So congratulations to all them projects making it into the top 5. Again, this is the top 10 collections on the Flare network and Songbird network combined in the last 30 days. And xHaven put this out once per month, and it's a good idea to get a gauge on which NFT projects are really succeeding in the space. Shouldn't be no shock. Block Bonez traits topping the charts. Block Bonez in second, dominating, as I said. In third place, we have the Way to F assets. Fourth place, Focus Pass. In fifth place, we have Flare Rock. I'm sure you guys know my opinion on that. In sixth place, Best FTSO. Seventh place, Bored Apes SGB. Eighth place, S-Toads. Ninth place, the Johnny Lawrence collection. And in 10th place, we have Flare Apes. So congratulations to all them projects making it into the top 10 this month. Over on True Gems, an NFT marketplace launched by Focus. This is the weekly chart. Not much to go on here. The volume is pretty short. 37,000 FLR for the week on Way to F assets, and the raffle tickets have a volume of 43. Beyond that, it doesn't look like anything else has been traded, but I will keep you updated. If the volume is significant, we'll cover them each and every week. This is a question that I've been getting asked very often in the past couple of weeks, and this is to do with the delegation rewards. Why am I earning so little? Well, it's because there is a transition from the Flare Time Series Oracle version 1 over to the second version, which is a lot more efficient and provides data at much quicker intervals, which is very important for DeFi applications that may be wanting to use the data the blockchain for data, Flare. And yeah, how is it been going? Well, Epoch, well, you can see it here. So it was originally on V1, everything, and now there's a transition where we're going to V1 and V2, and shortly beyond that, it's going to remain like this up until a date has been established where we migrate fully to V2. And if you're wondering, well, which of my signal providers are providing data on V2, well, you can actually have a look here on this website. This is a new tool built by the Flare team. I think that was a duplicate. There we go. So this is what it looks like. Anything on here is supporting the V2 Flare time series Oracle. Again, this is the reason for the reduced delegation rewards, because there is a migration happening from version 1 to version 2 of the Flare time series Oracle. Moving along, we have this from RootScan, which are basically providing a service for a block explorer for many different networks. And I believe their spin-off of the Flare networks version is called FlareScan. You can find them on flarescan.com. This is where you get the charts such as this, and they're saying that the throughput of the Flare network seems to be unstoppable. Around 1 million transactions per day since mid-August, with a significant spike in active addresses. So, as you can see, the chart shows that there is significant adoption for the Flare network, and I expect that to continue long into the future as people really start to, I guess, realize the full potential of the Flare network. And for me, that really stands out as the blockchain for data. The whole Flare time series Oracle thing is something that is very novel, and it really just blow out all of the competitors in the space when it comes to oracles. We know that the Flare time series Oracle is an enshrined oracle. You hear Hugo talk about that very often, and that means that the data is backed by the decentralization of the network itself, opposed to just a few validators or inputs from a selected amount of data providers. So again, it's very secure, it's very cheap, and very frequent as well, the updates, especially with the second version being released. F assets, when F assets? Whew, that's the question on everyone's lips. But here is what needs to happen before F assets can be launched on Songbird. So first, they need to upgrade FDC, and I believe that is the Flare data consensus. Maybe it's basically reaching consensus on data. We need USDX pricing available in the Flare time series Oracle. I believe that is quite a trivial update. And we also need sufficient USDX on Songbird to support F-asset insurance and reasonable liquidations, and the onboarding of the initial 5 agents. All is in hand. So it looks like things are heading in the right directions. And yeah, we just got to keep patient and see this rolled out, because good things are happening. In fact, we know that the Flare team are actually touting this ship everything, and well, that means everything on not just Songbird, but also the Flare network too. Flare has started a new series. This is called Ecosystem Bites. Pretty funny play on words there. This is your monthly roundup of key progresses and updates across the Flare network ecosystem. And of course, they go through a thread here. This is talking about the DeFi dashboard from Flare Metrics. Very useful tool if you are looking to make the most of RFLR rewards too. Enosis launched their V3 DEX. We've got SparkDex AI have been listed on DeFi Llama. Kinetic Markets helping bring more Ethereum to the Flare ecosystem via Stargate, which is a bridge. And Beta 14 Official creating an app that integrates the Flare Data Connector. So that's what it stands for, not Data Consensus, but Flare Data Connector. We've got Polyhedra's ZK's bridges integrated with Flare, and that's a wrap. Of course, we're going to expect some more at the end of next month too, and I'll be sure to share it. This is just a bit of a, I guess, a shill. If you are wanting to join the Patreon group, I am adding a new benefit, and that's going to be a live stream exclusively for Patreon members of the Legend tier. And it's going to be a Q&A where basically you join the live stream and I share my screen and you ask me questions. how do you create a concentrated liquidity position? What website do I go to claim RFLR rewards? Whatever it may be, it'll be like 1 hour long each and every month. And I'm just going to sit there and answer any of your questions that you may have in real time. So if that does appeal to you, including many of the other benefits, be sure to check out the link in the description below. This is some news from Bifrost. This is quite a big one, actually. So great design is intuitive, and Bifrost are actually integrating their decentralized exchange aggregator into their app, which basically allows you to find the best exchange rates on Flare and Songbird when swapping assets. Now, do take this with a grain of salt, because I do believe Grudev, I believe, maybe, I can't find the picture, the reply, but he did put this to the test, and it seems like there was a mismatch with the best trade, and he found a better trade by directly going through an exchange himself. So this Amigi swap is indeed in beta testing, so do take it with a grain of salt. I'm sure Bifrost will make an announcement once it has been thoroughly tested, but this is going to be a really useful tool for many of you who just want to easily swap and get the best exchange rate without having to go to, to see what kind of liquidity is on BlazeSwap, Gnosis, or SparkDex. This is going to handle everything for you in the back end. But again, take it with a grain of salt because it is still being tested. Yeah, I guess this is something else that, moving on, I guess, from this, we scroll down here, we have CappyPig 10, who said, why can't I swap Flare for Songbird? Of course, this would require a cross-chain decentralized exchange, and Bifrost put out this curious set of eyes. For me, that is an optimistic sign, potentially that they may be working on something, but again, this is just an emoji. Take from that what you will, but for me, I'm pretty optimistic about the future. Staying on the theme of DeFi, we've got this news from Kinetic. In the not too distant future, Jewel will be listed on a new big centralized exchange. The steady expansion for the Flare network DeFi ecosystem continues. So I'm not sure what this exchange will be. You guys can make your guesses in the comments below. We'll see what happens, but yeah, it's obviously a move in the right direction. Of course, we would like most of the trading activity to happen on the Flare network itself, on the decentralized exchanges. That gives better metrics and statistics for people that may be looking for a network to build upon. So again, that's a good advancement, but again, I think it's more to do with cashing out a Jewel or buying Jewel from an exchange, right? That initial transaction. Hopefully you guys have your Jewel either staked or working for you in some of the DeFi opportunities that exist on the Flare network. Again, staying with Kinetic here, another round of incentives draws on Kinetic. So this round of incentives runs from October the 4th to November the 3rd, so about a month. This is what's going to be distributed here. We have RFLR, 5 million RFLR up for grabs via these certain pools. We've got almost 1.5 million Kai or Jewel. So yeah, this is the round that you can expect to earn from. RFLR, of course, is going to be available via many different platforms, SparkDex, maybe soon Gnosis. I'm not sure. We'll keep a word out there for when their rewards go live too. This is about their new course. Web3 is constantly evolving, and you can learn from experts who live and breathe the space every day. So there are 4 specialists, including one of my favorites. We've got Crypto Eri in there as well, all giving you a little bit of insight onto how to build a audience in the Web3 world. And yeah, they're launching, I believe, next week sometime. So if you are interested, be sure to give them a follow and keep your eyes on the updates. Block Bonez, of course, this is the project that I'm running. Quite a lot has happened in the past quarter. This is quarter 3, considering I am the sole developer. But we kicked off things with a huge bang giving staking without staking. So you don't have to lock anything up. You just basically hold the NFT and you can claim Bonez airdrops. We expanded the dressing room. We added background traits. We added eye traits. We added a new layer for fully fused NFTs. We also added the ability to make traits invisible. And we saw, yes, a resurgence of the special traits auctions. The Ice Queen, which was the last sale, actually sold for 155,000 FLR, which is the highest special traits auction result. So that gets shared into the pool that distributes rewards to all of the holders based on the rarity of what they create. Quarter 4 is going to be very interesting. We're going to be adding rarity-based rewards, so you can basically get passive income based on the rarity of the block bones that you have created. I do have something else that I'm working on in terms of BNZ. It's also going to be a deflationary mechanic, so stay tuned for that. But the big thing to look forward to for anyone that's holding block bones is the rarity-based rewards, which is coming again this quarter. Special traits, if you are interested, this is the Lava King. The current bid is almost 400,000 BNZ. Of course, you can get BNZ over on the exchange, or you can claim it just for holding a Block Bonez NFT. This is actually going to be ending in 3 days, 1 hour from this recording. If you are interested, place yourself a bid. Yes, that's pretty much it, guys. Rarity-based rewards are on the horizon for Block Bonez, and this is probably going to be one of the most pivotal points for the project. It's going to be very exciting, and it's a lot of hard work, but I'm eagerly awaiting this to launch, as I'm sure many of you are. There is some news finally. Before we jump off here, xVN, which is going to be xHaven's token that I believe you can stake for a share of the royalties on their, or the fees on their exchange, is going to be going live pretty soon. They haven't specified a date, but if we go over to Discord here, please bear with me, I thought I had it up. Go to the xHaven Discord and click on announcements, wherever that may be. Here we go. For those who are in the know, the xVN airdrop alert snapshot for the 2.5 million xVN airdrop is based on NFT trading volume that will be taken on October the 7th. So just a little heads up, there is going to be an airdrop based on your activity and interactions with the xHaven platform. The airdrop is obviously going to come some point after the snapshot, but it looks like it is pretty close. Finally, yes, it's been an explosive end to quarter 3, and there's just 3 months left in the year, and there's a lot to look forward to from the Flare network. As I'm sure you are aware, yes, ship everything. That's something that's been touted by Hugo, and he's very confident that he can fulfill it. So that means F assets, that means the Flare data connector, everything going live on the Flare network. And it's not that far away. 3 months just absolutely flies by in the world of crypto. So do bear that in mind. Could be quite bullish for sentiment over the next 3 months, but who knows? I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Of course, if you are in the Flare community Discord, I believe there is a link in the description, feel free to come and join us, because we do have a good old chinwag. If you come right to the bottom here and go onto the community stage, come up, feel free to ask any questions, all are welcome. That's where I'll be chilling for the next 30 minutes or so. Yes, portfolio, I see you asking about the Flare Time Series Oracle V2. Please check the start of the video. It is all covered. And that pretty much wraps up the news for this week. If you haven't dropped a like yet, please feel free to do so on your way out. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. Do have yourself a great weekend if I don't see you, and